Landon, thanks for meeting me over here. This is Landon Klassen, my son, owner of Black Sheep Studio, a barber here in town. Just opened in July. Did you open in July?
Yeah, July.
So, just going to bring you in and talk to you a little bit about being a young entrepreneur here in Salina, and ask you, I guess, first question is, how did you get started in barbering, or how did that become something you're interested in?
Well, I guess being raised by you and mom, been in the industry for a while, picking up off of that. I mean, I used to work in your guys' shop as a kid, helping out like full towels and stuff. So, watching you guys talk to people, and it was kind of trending in college, cutting hair and stuff with the videos. And then I had a lot of friends growing up tell me I should do it. So it just kind of happened after that.
Yeah. So went to barber school. I think I remember the call. Actually, you kind of started that. I was really surprised when you were talking to me because you were in college and we were talking to you. You were going to Lindsborg, Bethany at the time, and I remember talking to you, and you're like, "Hey, like I'm shifting gears. I'm going to barber school." And I remember just being kind of floored. I'm like, "Well, he's never even talked about doing hair before, so
Yeah.
now he's going. Now he's just wanting to go to barber school." But so was it like, were you seen something like at campus then, or other things that's kind of?
Yeah, I mean, I had people in college cut my hair. Um, um, I guess I just thought it would be fun to do. I like talking to people also. Uh,
Yeah.
those
What
are just
what ended up? So you go to barbering school, you get done, you move to Lawrence, and then you decided you wanted to open up your own barbering business. Like, what was your path to deciding you wanted to open up your own business?
I guess I wanted more freedom. I felt kind of constricted in the shop that I was at, and it was awesome, and I learned a lot of stuff. Um, I worked with you guys too for a bit, and it's awesome. And I think you guys were a little harder on me, which is cool because I think that really wanted to push me too to keep going forward. So, working with your parents is a lot different than working in other shops.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Within as far as the, I guess, how do you market or brand yourself?
What do
Like,
you mean by that?
like how do you market yourself and brand yourself in your shop to like Black Sheep Studio to get yourself out there, to get your business out there, to let people know what it is that you do?
Oh, I do a lot of social media stuff, and then I'll hand out flyers, cards. Um, I like word of mouth, and I still do like the YouTube stuff too. Um, all over the place, kind of,
Yeah.
but a lot of social media, honestly, too. Yeah.
What do you feel like working the best for you? Or what types of social media do you use?
Instagram, I use the Reels. I guess Facebook too. I have them connected. Um, with that space, you are able to get people to look at you from all over. So I think that's really cool. Like you can even like generate ads now in like a specific area, like specified for Salina, Kansas, which is pretty awesome. And it's not as expensive as like doing business cards and other things.
What so one of the things, like, obviously I've played with reels and stuff too. I don't think that
Hmm.
people uh I mean, just the amount of time it takes to edit, like, doesn't it just take an
Yeah.
extreme amount of time? I'm just like, man, there's like a lot of thought that goes into that. What are you using right now to edit your stuff?
I use CapCut, and then I use I think the other app is Video Leap.
Hmm.
I use CapCut probably a lot more. Um, and yeah, it is very hard editing it and thinking about it. Um, you have to keep doing it every day too, like continuously, and it's hard, especially balancing it out. Like Madeline will want me to be able to just hang out and chill at the house sometimes. I'm like, I got to get this done, or else I'm just never gonna stop thinking about it. Um, what do you
What
think you use the most?
uh for myself, I guess yeah, I'm between Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So, I mean, it's
Uh,
interesting because certain different things will hit different ways on different ones. So, one that's really doing great on maybe Facebook, like it's not even registering on Instagram. And so it's like you have
Yeah.
to almost approach each one a little bit different. So that's always interesting to me.
Yeah, that is interesting. I have seen some videos blow up on Facebook that haven't on Instagram or vice versa. TikTok, I don't do it just because I know I'm just going to endlessly scroll through TikTok and I can't stop. The algorithm on there is weird. Like they find like just the right amount of people for specific things. So have you had better luck with TikTok, you think, or Instagram?
For me, Facebook does the best,
Oh,
I
Facebook.
guess.
Yeah, you have
I
more
guess,
followers there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I guess it depends a little bit too, like on I guess your demographics, as far as like who you're trying to attract. So I guess I would think for someone like you, Instagram would probably be ideal. What do you have like some influencers you follow on Instagram that kind of keep you fresh or?
Yes, a lot of barbering ones that I follow, and I try to follow what they do. Like Sam Rascals. Um, I just like his vibe. It's really cool. Barber Shop. I try to follow that, and then I think it's called like West Coast Barber Shop or Saints Coast Barber Shop or something. I like them a lot.
What was I gonna think? Yeah, I think the thing that's interesting to me about I guess hair just in general is it's one of the few industries where you actually touch someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that we don't really interact with people that much on a day-to-day basis, but you've got somebody sitting in your hair, you've got to physically touch them the whole time. So I guess to me, it's a really personal thing, and it's always, I think the cool thing to me about it is like how somebody feels when they leave,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, I mean, just being able to make someone's day at the end of the day, like, it's just so incredibly important. Do you like what's your best part, I guess, or what do you enjoy the best about, I guess, your industry?
I love seeing someone smile and walk out of the shop and um, see that they really enjoy. Uh, they see that I enjoy doing what I do.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, what do you think is your biggest challenge on being a young business owner, entrepreneur?
my biggest challenge, ooh, maybe my age. Since I'm young, I don't think a lot of people take me as serious, and that can be very hard. Um, Especially trying to get loans and other things. Like I think I know what I'm doing, but other people don't take me as serious with it. You've helped me a lot with that too. I mean, you bring in someone that's older, everything, like the whole room changes. I feel like they're like, oh, this guy is wiser. Um, that is hard. Going back on the personal thing too, I think I could have added more to that. In the beginning, it is very weird touching people and getting used to that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what is one of the things that I love about barbering too. It makes it so personal, and you don't see that a lot in our community now with social media and stuff also. So I think people genuinely do crave connection, and they go to the barbershop for that. You can talk to people, and it's a fun, safe place.
Yeah. I always tell people that start the industry that you can be okay at what you do.
Uh-huh.
Like if you're a great person and people love you, like you're going to do amazing in this career. But if like you're a shitty person or you got a shitty attitude and you're phenomenal at what you do, you're going to be broke.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
true.
know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
just, so much of it is about your interaction with people and how they feel when they leave your business or your shop. Like again, it's just more about the connection. Like, yeah, it's just such a big deal.
It is. Yeah, I've seen people that just want to go into industry just to make money, and they don't understand how important it is to be able to connect with people and talk to them.
Yeah.
Um, they just care about the money, and you're not going to get anywhere with that in the barbering. Like
Yeah.
you have to be able to build relationships and keep them in your chair for sure. I'm sure you have to do that with real estate too.
Yeah.
So it's awesome that you've kind of transformed from like the hair industry to real estate, because they're both very similar with having connections with people too.
Yeah.
So
What do you, I guess if you like, when you do something like that, one thing I always notice is sometimes people tell you things that they normally wouldn't tell people, or like you get like
Yeah.
different versions of people. Like, do you have any sort of crazy stories from being behind the chair? Like, you're just like, oh wow, I can't believe that just happened right now, or
Oh man, I don't want to out anyone.
don't say any names or anything. No.
Yeah, people will tell you secrets and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know if I feel comfortable telling other people's secrets
No,
on here,
I know.
but it is pretty weird, the amount of juicy stuff that you hear behind the chair. You're like, wow, did he really just tell me that?
Yeah.
But the other day, I guess, there was a homeless guy sleeping next door to the shop,
Yeah.
and he tried fighting me. I saw it on my camera, and I went in. I guess I left the door unlocked. I was like, dude, get out of here. I'm going to call the cops. And he wouldn't leave. So I was like, you're going to have to like go somewhere else, like leave. And he was like,
Do you break in?
yeah, he's breaking and entering. Yeah. Yep. We just called the cops and the cops dealt with it, but it was pretty crazy.
He was gonna throw down, huh?
He
Throw
was.
hands.
I was like, dude, just go, just leave. He didn't understand.
Oh wow, that's wild. I had a gal one time that was she was schizophrenic, and I didn't realize she was schizophrenic in my chair. And it was kind of wild because I'm doing her hair, and like I hear her talking, and so I'm like okay, and I'm like, okay, what'd you say? Oh, nothing. And so like this was going back and forth for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so I'm like, I start like kind of turning and positioning to where I can see this individual through the mirror. And I realized like they're having a full on conversation with themselves, and they're answering themselves. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what did I just get myself into? And then like in the background, your mom's like talking to me, because like I'm quiet, because I'm like, oh shoot, like I hope this person doesn't stab me with like a knife or a fork, or it's just like something sharp. You know, you got sharp objects like, you know, around your station and stuff. And then your mom's like, John, why aren't you talking? Like you're making her feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, dude, like I'm just trying to stay alive right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to get through this service.
In barber school, I saw that a lot. I don't know about you when you were like in school too, cutting hair, but I'm pretty sure this guy was homeless, and is so like the flakes like were all matted up and stuff. And I
Yeah.
was cutting his hair. He was trying to tell me that he had impractical jokers at his house, and he was like, you should come over, you should come over. And I'm like, this is a trap. This guy's gonna like, he might kill me, or be
Yeah.
like that one thing off Joe Dirt, like puts on the lotion or something.
Silence of the Lamb.
Yeah, Silence
Is that
of
what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It puts lotions on the skin, or gets the hose again. No, for real. Yeah, you run into a lot of interesting people. One of the other things that I thought was really cool, I ran into a guy. Yeah, just different people, right, from all different walks of life. I had one guy that he had visited all 50 states, and he was traveling the United States. And what was he doing? Like, so he went through kidney failure and got a kidney transplant, really successful in business, right? And then he goes back out there and he tries to do it all over again anyway. So he wrote a book. I think it's like $20 on a laptop, but it was just really cool. So this guy would go to a different state, and then he'd always come back to Salina, because we're in the middle of the United States. And like he was giving speeches and talks, like he was couch surfing and just going somewhere and finding a job for a while. And that was his goal. Like, I'm going to hit all 50 states. So
That's cool.
it was a real big honor to like cut his hair and understand him. But yeah, all the different walks of life are awesome. And I think it helps you to see many different perspectives, because you're going to be dealing with people maybe that are in good seasons of their lives, maybe bad seasons, people at highs and lows, you know what I mean? And just kind of helping you to understand people. And yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it is fun to see everyone's different personalities and stuff, and you get to branch out and make connections with people, and that in the long run helps a lot. That guy makes me think of the book 4 Hour Work Week. It's pretty much like being you're not necessarily a millionaire, but you're living like one. Like it's a very simple life. Like you said, he just had a laptop and $20, and he was doing what he loved and traveling and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you see anything changing, like right now with trends in barbering? Like what's kind of up and coming, or what's changing in barbering?
A lot of social media I think a lot of people are getting into barbering too. They want to be influencers and stuff, which is cool. Um, I do it to market myself.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to be famous, but I want to branch myself out there and make connections with people.
Yeah.
And it's changing the industry. Like you can blow up literally in one day,
Yeah.
you know, and have so many followers. And I can't imagine what that would be like.
Well, I think it's interesting because to me, barbering as of like 10 years ago in Salina was like dying. Like there were no barbers. And
There
then
still
just in
isn't
the
a
last,
lot out here.
yeah. And well, just now recently it's kind of blowing up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again. And so it's like,
We have
like
a
it
lot of
just,
salons out here.
mhm.
I think you guys have the best salon, and I've learned a lot from that. And making that's pretty much how I make my barbershop now, going off you guys. And I get people that come in all the time, like, you have the best barbershop in town. So,
What do you think differentiates yourself from your competition? Like, do you feel like it's more, is it technique? Is it like, do you feel like you have it down as far as like technique goes, or do you feel like it's your business model and like how you treat people from beginning to end, or what's kind of,
business model. I think there's a lot of good barbers out there, but, like, they don't get, like, understand how important the environment is around them. Like, they're playing inappropriate stuff on the TV and stuff, and, like, there can be older people coming in, or
kids or,
yeah, exactly. Like, you're just letting them walk away as customers, and you could get so much more people in. Keeping it really family focused, and if you
yeah,
get a
not
kid in
limiting
your
your
chair,
market.
you're going to
Yeah.
be cutting their hair for like 20 years, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know one guy in our office, Mike, he was telling me that he's really loyal to his barber, and he's like, John, I think I've been going to him since like I was 16. I don't know how old Mike is, but I mean, like he's been going to him for, you know, for a long time, and you're
yeah,
just like thinking to yourself, guys, like this guy's probably been there, you know, 40 plus years in this one guy's chair since he was a high school kid and decided he didn't want mom or dad cutting his hair anymore. So yeah, for sure.
right.
Like that's your future client. And if the parents are going to let him get in your chair because of the music or whatever you're doing is inappropriate, like, yeah, you're limiting yourself for sure.
You are. You are very much limiting yourself. I'm sure you've seen people in your chair grow up too.
Yeah.
I mean, you've cut my hair since a kid. I'm obviously your kid, but
Where do you kind of see things going, or what's like your dream for the future?
I want to expand my barber shop right now. That is my main focus, and I think we're getting there. I'm having to turn away clients now that I'm getting so busy in my chair. And the fact that I've built up my clientele in 6 months.
Yeah, floors me. Yeah, in 6 months
Yeah.
you're turning people away, or
Yeah, I was reading a couple different books on trying to get a lot of people in my chair, like 100 clients in 100 days. That was a really good book. Right now I'm reading Get Busy, and then be $100,000 barber right now. So that is my goal here in a couple of years. I think I'll really make it happen.
Well, I think that's what impresses me about, like, I guess your journey from where you were to where you're at now. Like, you're just, you're growing, you're expanding, you're realizing, taking little bits and pieces of what other people have done and trying to implement it in your business with works. In Salina, like, maybe you're not going to take every idea, but you take what works for you and your current market. And what was I going to ask you? Yeah, I thought it was really cool, like just walking into your shop. Obviously, kind of an industrial feel to it. You've got the pull down lights and stuff and everything else. Like, that's a bigger thing in the barbering thing, huh? Like the lighting because of thorough fades or what?
Oh, yeah, lighting is so important.
Are those like halo lights? Is that what it is, basically?
Yeah, I think they're like halo lights or LED ones. And yeah, it's for the fades and getting so detailed.
You have like
I
all the
think that's
little
important
toys.
too.
You got
I
the
do,
little
yeah.
compressor and stuff to blow people off. I'm like,
I love my toys, yeah. Makes me kind of feel like a kid a bit playing with it all. But yeah, the amount of detail I think that is going into it now is is pretty cool too. A lot
Yeah.
of people like Great Clips, they're doing like 15-minute haircuts
Mm-hmm.
in
What's an average haircut take you now, a men's haircut?
45 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start doing an hour one, just so I could probably do a haircut faster, but just in case, like I want to be able to do like 15-minute consultations and make sure that I'm doing it right, and then I can have time to do the beard and stuff too. There's this barber shop I like out in KC. It's called Scotch and Scissors, and it's pretty cool. They do like massages and everything, and it's pretty cool. And you can have like a glass of whiskey. I might start doing that here soon.
Have a whiskey and a cigar and just hang
Yeah,
out.
whiskey and cigar. Yeah, a real barbershop. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, the future looks bright for you. Thank you for coming on Black Sheep Studio. Look for Landon, still accepting appointments. And what are your hours?
11 to 7 right now.
All right. Awesome.
Saturday or Tuesday through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, Landon.
Yeah. Thank you.